Self-government means that the people govern themselves instead of a king or other authority figures setting all the rules for them. Today we will learn how the colonies developed the idea of self-government. A long time ago, England was ruled by a king with unlimited power. He controlled all the land, the army, and made all the laws. No one could question his authority because he was chosen by God. In 1215, a group of rich Englishmen forced the king to give up some power. They called it the Magna Carta. They created a parliament which would make the laws of England, but the king could still veto or cancel the laws. For 400 years, the people in England have been able to vote for their laws in Parliament. They get to have a say in the taxes they pay, and they get to have a say in the laws that govern them. The colonists who came to the New World were used to that style of government, and they expected to have it when they arrived in the New World too. The 400 years of tradition gave the colonists the idea that they had a right to self-government. In 1620, a group of religious separatists called the Pilgrims arrived at Plymouth Colony by mistake and realized they were all alone. So they created a social contract where each person had a role in the government. The Mayflower Compact of 1620 was a promise that they would all hold the same laws and govern themselves. It is an example of the colonists creating self-government. But there was a problem for the colonists. England is very far away. It took 6 weeks to cross the Atlantic Ocean between the colonies and England. That meant it was very difficult to get England to make laws for the new colonies. In this example, we can see that Brother Smith's pigs are eating the colonists' corn. And his wife says, "Let's ask the king to make a new law." So they petitioned the king through a letter. "Dear king, please make a law about these pigs eating my corn." It takes 6 weeks for the message to arrive to the king. The king makes a new law. No more pigs. But he thinks to himself, can't these people deal with their own problems? I'm way too busy to be dealing with pigs. In all, it takes 3 months for the colonists to get an answer. This leads us to salutary neglect. The king practiced salutary neglect, which meant that he allowed the colonists to create their own laws for the day-to-day operation of the colonies. The only thing the colonists would have to do is pledge allegiance to the king and not mess with his money. The French philosopher Charles de Montesquieu said, "One must stand with the people, not above them." He is saying that government works best when it is made by the people and for the people. This is also known as popular sovereignty, or the power of the people. Here we can see the Pilgrims of Plymouth Colony in 1620 standing together for self-government. So how did self-government develop in the colonies? Hey, King George, why did you let the colonies create self-government? Well, England is far away, and there was a strong tradition, so I practiced salutary neglect. Hey, don't forget the Mayflower Compact of 1620.